Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukenessmonster. Today we have a pretty exciting video to jump into because we're going to be reviewing the BlackSeries Shoretrooper helmet. Looking at the box here before we get it open, great image of the Shoretrooper here on the front, looking really cool. And of course, right next to that, we have the mural artwork. This is pretty similar to the one on the BlackSeries figure, I believe, but just kind of put onto this helmet, looking really good. Over to the next side, we have a side profile of the helmet with this kind of like line going through the side. And like on the other side, it's these kind of like blueprint schematics, so that's kind of cool. On the back, some more legal gibberish, as well as another photo and the description. And then the back, we have the front on view with some more like blueprints there too, looking really cool. And then of course, the top of the box, we have the BlackSeries logo with another side profile. This one is actually a part of the Andor line for the BlackSeries. I think Rogue One would have made a little bit more sense for this helmet, but at the same time, I understand that it is in Andor, and I'm sure Lucasfilm probably prioritizes their newer projects and TV shows, so I think it would make sense that they're kind of just throwing it in the Andor box, even though it's really a Rogue One helmet. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this guy unboxed. Definitely a lot of tape on this helmet, so we're gonna go and cut as much of it here as we can. There we go. I think that's all the tape. At least I'm hoping so. And I'll give you guys a little look inside as soon as we open the box. There is a piece of cardboard there. I guess it's just like a little bit of a buffer. And then we've got the actual helmet itself, which is also kind of being held in by some more cardboard. Not a ton else in the box, but we do have the helmet in one piece here. Let's get it out of this plastic. And there we go. First look out of the box. This thing is so cool. It's about the size I was expecting this helmet to be. The BlackSeries helmets are a little big, but as far as Stormtrooper helmets go, they seem to be pretty accurate just because Stormtrooper helmets are already inherently big. But yeah, this is about the size I was expecting the helmet to be. And I think it is a pretty good scale. One thing I really like about this thing so far immediately is all the weathering. A lot of the BlackSeries Stormtrooper helmets we've gotten in the past, they're pretty clean, all white looking, pristine helmets. They put a lot of weathering into this thing. Looking at pretty much the front, all the dirt and grime on the front. Especially once you get into like the cracks of the helmet here, lots of like dirt and grime in there, which is really nice. Even on the top and the back, lots of this kind of subtle weathering, which I really like, and that's something that adds a lot to this helmet. A little hard to see, but this is what the inside of the helmet looks like. Lots of little details and circuits and just kind of things to make the inside of this helmet look and feel pretty high quality and premium, which I really like. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but there is of course the like headband that all these Hasbro helmets come with, but even underneath the headband, there's this like soft rubber foam padding in there too, so you know, even if your head is on there, there's still this kind of soft padding buffering your head from the top of the helmet, which is nice, and just a little bit of a quality of life thing with this helmet, which I really like. Now, this is one of Hasbro's like voice changer helmets, which honestly I really don't like, but it does have the button on the side for that. I'm not going to put batteries in this thing and test out the feature. I think it's an okay feature, but it just never works super well, and it's one of those things, I'll use it one time, and then I'll forget the batteries inside there, it'll corrode, and it's just really not worth the trouble because I'm never going to use it. I understand it is a pretty interesting feature, but I generally do not care about it, and I don't know a lot of people that do. One thing I am really liking about this helmet, which has not always been the case with the BlackSeries helmets, is the glossy black, like, mirror visor. A lot of time under direct light, like I got my ring light here, you can just see right through the visor. This one's got this nice mirror finish to where you really can't see through it, and so you're not gonna be able to see the person's eyes underneath, and I think that's something huge and something that a lot of these BlackSeries helmets need to have moving forward because not all of them in the past have had them. I do have to say though, in years past, the big battery box on these helmets have been right there, super obvious, and super ugly. Same with the speakers. You could see like the speaker lines in the helmet, and it's pretty hidden on this helmet, which I really like. You know, as far as prop replica goes, you don't want to see that stuff, and it's pretty invisible on this helmet. But I did notice there is a little notch here. You pull up, you can pull this whole panel off of the top, and that's where your batteries are going to go right here if you are interested in doing that. But I really like this design because it completely covers it up and it's pretty invisible. Now, of course, we're going to try it on. I've been wearing a hat all day, so excuse my hat hair. So first initial problem with this thing as I try to try it on, it's not great for people with glasses. You're going to want to take your glasses off, which I don't like because, you know, if I'm wearing a helmet, I want to be able to see out of it, and I'm not going to be able to see out of this thing. And trying it on here, I think it fits really well. Nice big visor here, and so it does have a lot of visibility. One thing I think it's interesting is the head strap inside. It can like twist, and so I can twist the helmet here, and it's not actually like moving my head, which is interesting. But yeah, as far as like helmet comfortability goes, it's very comfortable, lots of eyesight. It's definitely going to be one of your better Stormtrooper helmet experiences when it comes to that. I think it looks great. As far as size goes, I don't really know because I can't see without my glasses. But as far as I think, it feels like a pretty good size for a helmet. Obviously, Stormtrooper helmets are a little big, but I think it's probably pretty good, and it's a good size scaled helmet. Obviously, Shoretrooper has one of the coolest designs, and so I'm really loving this helmet. Now, for a comparison to the Stormtrooper helmet, this thing is about 10 years old now, so it's definitely got some wear and tear. But looking at them here together, the size and the scale is pretty good. I think they scale together very, very nicely, and they're gonna look great together on the shelf, which is definitely one of the most important things. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this helmet. Let's go ahead and put it on the shelf behind me. But there we go, we've got it on the shelf here with the rest of the Stormtrooper helmets. And as you can see, it is looking so cool. We've only got one spot left for a helmet there, and the Death Trooper helmet is going to be here in a few weeks, so that'll be exciting to finish off the 8 helmet display here. I think it looks great with the rest of these, and I cannot wait to finish off this display. But yeah, that Shoretrooper helmet is looking absolutely amazing on the shelf, and it's definitely a pickup I recommend you guys go for if you have the chance to. It looks great with the rest of the Stormtrooper helmets, it scales in pretty well, and it's just a really cool Stormtrooper helmet design. But yeah, I really like this helmet, and I highly suggest you guys pick it up if you have the chance to. Overall, it's a great helmet, and I really do love the BlackSeries helmets when it comes to affordability. As far as prop replicas go, they're pretty solid, and they're really affordable, being about $100. $100 isn't cheap, but for a helmet like this and of this quality, it's a really good price. And so if you're ever thinking about getting into helmets, I highly suggest looking into BlackSeries helmets, and I think this Shoretrooper is a good place to start. If you guys did enjoy and you want to see more BlackSeries helmet reviews, let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.